before I got sober all the time.
Oh, that's so fun. I love you. I love those drunk and I love yous. Yeah. But it's just something that it kind of leaves, it's hanging there, you know.
Yeah.
And it's very uncomfortable. If you've ever been in that situation,
But how about when you know
right?
they're gonna like ask you out and you don't want to like give them any.
I know. Yeah.
Like.
Right.
Yeah, I really like you as a friend.
Right.
It's hard. But you have to stand tall and put your shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
When I
don't
do
like
this
that.
guy that likes to hug, like he gets the smell all over you, so I shake his hand but push him backwards at the same time.
Well, there you go.
That's awesome.
That's a good fix. That was a great solution, you know, for someone. Well, I don't like it. You can feel it. I don't like it when you can feel that they're trying to cop a feel.
Yeah.
I will not. I will not hug them frontally, and I've been very clear about that. And I'll do a side to. Oh, I do a side to side. I am like, no. I can feel it with them. They don't have to say anything, or I can feel their intention, and I don't like it. And I don't need to have it. I don't need to hug you. I don't care who you are.
The last time I felt like that, I don't have any weird huggers in my life, thank God.
After this class, we'll probably come up with a few. No, I don't know. No. But if you do, now you know what to do, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I do have someone who
Oh, see.
they always I smell like aftershave all the rest of the day.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to hug you.
Uh-huh.
I love you, but I don't want to hug you.
Do you love them?
I do.
Oh.
I don't love them, but I really like them as a
Uh-huh.
person. But it's a little abrasive.
Isn't it?
Then you should buy them some new cologne
All right.
Yeah.
that you like.
I know.
Yeah.
You're
Wow,
with
that's
me all day.
What cologne is that? Because I know I'm going to wear it. And you know, humor does a lot. If you can pull off humor, oh my gosh. And that's a great way to come through the back door, what I kind of do sometimes, right? It's by telling somebody something, you know.
Right.
And so you're not offending them, right? And you do it with such, and
How
you
would you
have
say
to
that? How would
do
you
it
say
with
that in
love.
that case?
Oh, wow.
My husband asked me, so I've been hugging
There
or
you
something
go.
like that.
And I would say
That's
that.
a good one right there.
Why? Every time? Why? It's a joke. It's
I've
funny.
told people before
Yeah.
that every time that I do hug you in the past, and I'm allergic to perfume,
Yeah.
and I can smell
She
you
does.
all day long.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've had to tell a few people that, because I'm a hugger, especially at work.
Yeah. I mean, even usually when I'm with Renee and we're going somewhere, I cannot wear perfume. And you know,
Gosh, and I put it on.
she's like very highly sensitive to it. Yeah. But anyway, I like that idea though. Like, oh, my husband, every time you hug me when I go home, my husband says, hey, who you been with? I think it's great, you know? I bet you're not the only one that feels that way.
Yeah.
So I don't think you would be the first to acknowledge it, right? Okay, and really important is the errors that we can make in acknowledgments, okay? And this is so important, and that's why I put it at the top, and I've already mentioned it once, and I said I'll mention it several times. And the number one error is?
No acknowledgement at all.
Not to say anything at all.
It's just, yeah. Now remember, a bad acknowledgement is better than no acknowledgement. And that way, even if you screw up and use something, you know, that maybe doesn't fit the situation, it's better than saying nothing at all. And I think we've talked about that.
Just like my guy today when she said, you know, he has done a couple good things, and I said, yeah, so-and-so has done a couple good things too. It was a bad acknowledgement.
Well, because what
But
do
it
you
was
do?
an acknowledgement.
Yes, it was an acknowledgement, you're correct. But now knowing what you know, and knowing what is that person in your, at the hospital, that, what is her orientation?
My boss, you mean?
Whoever you're talking of, yeah,
Oh, definite cause.
okay.
Definite.
All right.
Yeah, there's no huggy-feely.
Right. But everybody, just think about it. Do you know anybody on this planet, whether they're cause, connection, or communication oriented, that does not want to be acknowledged?
No.
I think every person on the
Yes.
planet wants to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Everyone does. And when you don't give it to them, because I've been known to withhold too, purposely, because I know it's what they want, so I'm not going to give it to you. Did I just create a better situation, a better relationship, no, I just made everything worse, right? That doesn't accomplish anything. You know, and I understand it, believe me, I understand it, but what I want is a happy life,
Right.
and I want to be in a happy environment.
But then
Right.
I also don't want to be insincere, like if I'm, you know what I mean?
Yes, but we're not, because that's come up before too. Okay, so all we're doing is matching their orientation and acknowledging what kind of acknowledgement that they need, right? I don't really feel that, you feel like being acknowledging someone would be insincerity?
Well, if you said, "Oh, I love that,"
Yeah.
and you really didn't.
Oh, and it's on our list. Oh, guess what it is? The first thing on the list. Obvious insincerity. Did you see that? Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just thought it was funny because I did.
There's just too much of a story behind it for me.
Right, you have a whole lot of charge with that one person. I wish we could set him aside so you could get some of this with a lot of relationships in your life. So with that, but overall, okay, yes.
Again.
And people again feel it. You feel it. Love you, mean it.
Yeah.
That always makes me feel like you don't mean it. Every time someone does that, I'm like, why do you have to say it like
I
that?
love you more.
Oh, you know, it just, you can feel it. It's phony, doesn't it?
Yeah. With that kind of face.
Yeah. Don't you feel it?
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't like it at all.
That's the thing, you do feel it, you really feel it.
I'm telling you, pay attention, and you're gonna feel each one of these in your life. Somebody's sarcastic, you know, that these are errors and acknowledgments. Sarcasm is just, that is not a good acknowledgement. And you're gonna create problems for yourself if you do these things. So you can choose, you can still be sarcastic, or you know, or be insincere, but, so anyway, so things like this, solving, so of course, and gotta have this a little bit later on too, but basically, you know, you don't wanna solve their problem right there, that's not a good acknowledgement, or defending yourself and what you said, and, you know, things like that. Or if somebody, you know, definitely I have a lot of people who have different beliefs than I do, right? And so I believe in feng shui, I like it, I listen, you know, I adhere to it, and someone's like, I think it's all hocus pocus, and that, okay, well, let them have that, right?
Right.
That's their belief, and if you wanna get in, unless you're a debater and wanna get in and get into a whole thing, I would just button it up and let them have a difference of opinion. And personally, I wouldn't continue on that road of a conversation. I just let it go.
But how do you handle it with a debater? How would you? I'm married to the debater, so, and I don't wanna hear it.
Yeah. Can we just agree to disagree?
See how simple that was?
You know, I am not a debater. And personally, you know, I don't care.
Is then the whole
Right.
point of the debater then is to get you to agree with them? Is that what they want?
Well, I think that, I don't know, I
I
mean,
think
we
they
could be
want you
heard.
to believe,
Yeah.
to understand their point, because my husband does it, but he's very communication,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
my husband.
wants me to understand where
Yeah.
he's coming from. That's it.
He wants you to believe.
Even
like
if I
he
don't
does.
agree with the point,
Yep.
he wants me to understand where he's coming from with it.
It's like he needs to be heard.
Well, isn't that what we're learning? I mean, did we not, I mean, that is a communication understanding, that is what their value, their goals are, is I
Yes.
want you to understand.
But we hit a brick wall a lot of times because, like, for example, gun control. Like, I'm never gonna agree with
Okay.
his philosophy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't even, and so going a little further, I don't even understand where he's coming from with
Yes.
his belief.
Yes.
And so I won't ever understand it.
Right.
And so I just like, I've told him, and it drove him crazy, but it's like, no, I do not, I will not, we're just totally polar opposite on this.
Right.
And I don't understand where you're coming
Right.
from. He was like, okay.
So would that be, I think that that's fine, but is it not fine?
No, I would just say, I understand that you feel that way.
Right, I understand that you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
We have different
Don't even have to, yeah, right, I understand you feel that way.
Can we just agree to
He
disagree?
he just wants me to understand what his point, and I'm like, okay, I understand the words that are coming out of your mouth,
Yes.
Yeah.
but the
Abuse
point that
that.
you're making,
Yes.
no, it's not cogent to me, it doesn't follow point A to point B, and I don't even agree with your logic there,
Right.
you know, and so it's like, it's very frustrating for him,
Mm-hmm.
and so if I were to switch to communication, would be
Mhm.
helpful, and I could express to him that maybe I know it's really important for you to understand, really important for you that I understand where you're coming from. It's just our beliefs on this are so different, it's hard for me to get there, something like that,
But I understand the way you feel,
yeah.
because that is what they're looking for, right? And I love that you did that, because and it's really tricky to do, because we're who we are, right? Isn't it hard? And I'm talking to someone who's so different than me, you know, and you know, so if I don't switch, that conversation's never gonna end.
Right.
Right.
It will never
Right.
end.
Conversation, yep.
Right.
Because they are desperate to be, when we talk about like everybody in the world needs to be acknowledged and wants acknowledgement, they really do, but nobody more than a communication, understanding oriented person. And they will just go on and on and on. And they so desperately need you to understand them. They really do, and they want to understand you. So they probably,
Yes.
maybe, I don't know if your husband does it or not, but press upon you to really understand why you feel so differently. And you're like, I mean, I would be like, you know, I don't really want to go through the debate.
Yeah, right.
I don't really care enough personally.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't even want to go there. I don't want to defend it. I don't mind, I don't care. It's okay with me that we
So is
have
that how
this.
you would
Oh,
respond?
absolutely, because
Okay.
I don't like it. I'm
Okay.
just a kind of person that, I'm not interested in it.
Right.
I used to have these parties at my house, years ago, like, 25 years ago, and there's a couple people that were the greatest debaters. We would go off to a meeting or something, and they would stay at my house debating,
Oh, my
but they thrived on it.
My ex-husband's like that.
They love it. Do you ever see those people?
Wow.
And they're not even really getting upset.
No,
Right.
that's
Right?
the way to debate, is to not be.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm out.
They would get done, and then he would say, okay, now what can we argue about?
Ah,
Or
see?
now what can we-" like, they just wanted to debate,
Right.
so I get it, and
Wow.
Oh.
Not
And
my
if
thing.
you're not a debater, then, just like, what did you say? It was so cool, Pamela, about, did you say you graciously exit the room or something with your husband or something? It was like really gracefully.
How do you do that?
Yeah, you just kind of,
Gotta pee.
Yeah. I love that. That's a good one. You can't object to that.
Yeah.
No, stay here while no.
And they could take a really long time
Right.
there.
Oh, it will go on endlessly. So I won't go over everything in detail, but I'm giving this to you so that you have it and,
What's out creative?
okay, so out creation is this. Okay, so you tell me a story about something and you're sharing me the story with all this emotion stuff, and then I create a bigger story. You say, oh my God, I won $100 on the, scratch ticket, right? The lottery ticket. And you're like, and then I say, I won $1,200 on that same one. So what did that do to your creation, which is communication, right? And you just told me that, and I went, I got bigger, better, more than that.
Got it.
So did I just do that when I talked about, you were talking about your house, and then I said, well, yeah, my house and my ex-husband did the same thing?
I didn't feel that at all, no.
I wasn't trying to outdo it, I just said
Oh,
I
no.
totally got it. Like,
Oh,
I'm
in
the
this
same
room, in this
situation.
class, nobody's out creating anybody. In fact, I couldn't be more thrilled with the more input that you're bringing. So this is the safe zone here.
Okay.
And some people just do that. You all know people who do that. They have to make theirs bigger, better, more. And you always feel kind of less than. Do you ever
Yes.
notice that?
Yes.
That person needs some tools. Because everybody, right? Everybody
Yes.
around them feels less than. And do you want to go and share with them the next time?
Absolutely not.
That's not a safe person for me.
Yeah.